Hi, I'm Greg Haw, and I am going to go over a tracking system that I developed a while back. So I initially developed the system as a task management system, but realized I can pretty much use it to track any type of data. For example, I use it to help track my mom's Schwab accounts, her PG&E, her health information, my health information, my accounts. I use it to help track my how to help videos, YouTube videos. If you enter in text and if it's a URL, it automatically becomes a link. You can click on it and go to that site. So, and I can attach Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, image files. So I am using Microsoft Visual Studios and Microsoft SQL Server, which are industry standard software, which are going to be around forever and ever and ever, just like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So I've installed database web applications on my laptop as a standalone, on servers, on workstations, on the internet. Right now I have it at https://unilisa.net, unilisa.net. So this has my tracking system as well, along with other stuff like Tableau. And Tableau backend database, relational database, is Microsoft SQL Server, which is what we're using as well. So I've also installed database web applications on workstations to make it like a little mini server, like a mini server. Just make sure that your IP address is static, that it doesn't change. You can go ahead and ask your IT person to help you with that. So let's get started. Let me go to Google Chrome and go to one of my accounts here. And we will go in localhost. This is my landing page. So the background can change. I have different backgrounds. So for example, I can refresh my landing page and voila. This is my favorite background. So I have a lot of websites here, but we are going to focus on the demo site here, which is similar to my unilisa.net internet site. So notice it bypassed the login screen, and that's because I used to do a lot of presentations on the Tableau JavaScript API event listeners, and users wanted to be able to get into this site without having to log in to go through and look at all the examples I have here on Tableau using the Tableau JavaScript API event listeners. But if you had a user ID and password, because your user ID may be referencing other links, no worries, you would come down to security, go to the login screen, and log in with your user ID and password. But we are going here, click here for auto login as a Tableau user. Good evening, Tableau user. So we are focusing here on data tracking. So in order to create a data record, you need to have a category or category. So let me click here on data and task categories. I have a bunch of categories here, but to create a new category, easy pleasy, just click on create new, enter your category, give it a description, and then click on create. But I already have the categories right here. So if you want to change the order of its categories, because what you see here is what you're going to see in a drop-down. So when you first create a data record, you're going to select a category. In the category, you're going to see a drop-down, and it's going to be in this order here. But if you don't want this order, you can go to the sorting interface, category sorting interface, and it's drag and drop. For example, I can move the how-to videos down here, move other things around, but I want the how-to videos on the very top. So that's the order that I like. So let's go to the task data grid now. And these are all the data records right here. And if you want to see a record in form view, meaning that you want to see the fields in a vertical format, easy pleasy, just go to the view button and just click here. Voila, you see the attachments here. And if it's an image file, you can just click on it. Voila. Just click on it. So you can attach PDF, Excel, Word, PowerPoint. So, and remember what I said earlier, if you enter in a URL, it automatically becomes a link. For example, you see here it says weather San Francisco. click on this link and it goes to the weather right here. Okay, close that, close this. And so I have flyout menus on every single record here. Something I designed, saves a lot of real estate. I wish I could patent this guy. It's really cool because it has so many features. We're just going to go through the basic features here. So remember what I said earlier, if you have a URL. So this is, when I click on this field, that's where you can edit it. For example, it says San Francisco. Let me just shorten that and just put SF, right? SF. So if I click on save, it says save successful. Now it says, that's how you edit something. But notice I had a link here, a URL. It automatically gives you the link. And if you have links here, in this case I have 3 links, 3 URLs. You'll see under the notes field, you'll see link 1, link 2, link 3. And you can hover over each link to see the URL right here. Yeah, so you can filter on pretty much any column here. And if you want to edit in, let me just show you one thing really quick. So if you wanted to edit in form view, you can go edit right here. Right here. Again, you have your attachments. You can see it if you want. Pretty cool. What you can do is start editing here and then click the save button. Let's go back to the task data grid. So I have a brand new feature here. I have a horizontal scroll bar right here. So I can scroll right and notice the first few columns are frozen here, so you can always see your categories and partial text on your tasks here, and you always have your flyout menus right here. But I have a scroll bar, horizontal one on top, not just below. Like I have it here too as well, but I like it to be on top because when I search for something, your records are going to be on top. It's just easier to use the scroll bar when it's on top. Pretty cool. I think that's really cool. You can delete from here on the very end, but I'll cancel here. It's going to ask for confirmation. But you can also go to your flyout menu as well if you want to delete. But yeah, scroll bar. Oh, my phone keeps on. I have got this Apple Watch for my son for Christmas. Pretty cool. Yeah, love this scroll bar. So let's add a brand new record. You can go to the top menu bar, click on Create Add. So the first thing you would do is select a category. Remember, you can change the order of this category by going to the category sorting interface. But this is how I like it. So let's do something fun. Let's create a wow event video right here. And what I do with my wow event videos records, Control C, I paste the emoji here. And let's get a video on Mom's 97th birthday. And we played basketball and volleyball, playing basketball and tennis. We played basketball and tennis. So let me get the video link. Click here. And go to YouTube to get the video link. Go to my channel. View your channel. And do a search. 97th. Good enough, I think. 97th. Enter. It finds a Mom's 97th birthday. Right here. And click on Edit Video. And look for the URL, which be right here. So this is the video link. I can click here to copy it. So I don't need this guy anymore. I have my link. I can just do a Control V. One thing you need to know is that it needs a carriage return in order to display the link, hyperlink, where you can click on it and go to that site. So let me press the Enter key. You see this cursor here. That ensures me that there is a carriage return. So let me do it. We have notes here. I'll just do a copy and paste, and I just won't copy the emoji. Control C, Control V. I also copied the carriage return. You can see this cursor blinking. So you can have attachments. resolution. Remember, this was a task management system. That's why you see status and level of importance. So status, I'll put, it says pending, completed, ongoing. I'll select non-applicable. Level of importance, high, medium, low. I'll select non-applicable. References, I'll leave blank. Again, you can have attachments, but we don't need that for this record. So we're just going to create a record in its simplest form. So I can now click on the create button, and it's going to put that record on the very top. As you can see here, Mom's 97th birthday. So maybe you might not want to see this record on the very top. You might want to move it down where all the other wow videos are. Easy pleasy, just go to sort prioritize. So the reason why it says prioritize tasks, so this was initially a task management system. So my tasks of importance would always change on a daily basis. So I would be putting my most important task on the very top. So that's the reason for that. So that was really, really helpful. So in this case, maybe I want my 97th birthday, Mom's 97th birthday, somewhere down here, somewhere with all the other wow videos. You can move it around, just drag and drop. So yeah, so let's go back to the task data grid and voila. So let's say now I want to find that record because I put it down somewhere, right? Easy pleasy. You could filter on pretty much any column here. I can come to the task data field and just put 97. I can press enter or click on this filter icon right here. So it defaults to contains. I made it default to this guy and it found it right away. So anything that contains, let's say 97 in this case. So yeah, so again, these are links. Remember, I can click on it. You can see the URL. For the notes field, if you have a URL, then it'll put it as link 1. If you have another URL, it'll put it as link 2. And you can always hover over to see the link, how the video link looks like. So these two links are the same. I can just click on it to get to the YouTube video. It says happy 97th birthday, but it's what is
With the price of just about everything inflating these days, you may wonder why Mint is deflating the price of Mint Unlimited.
Okay, Mom, happy 97th birthday, Mom. So I'm playing one-on-one with my mom. She's on her 97th birthday, so she uses her left arm to protect the ball so I can't steal it. She gives me a pump fake and I fall for it and she makes the shot. I can't believe it. I have my hands over my head. So here I'm dribbling. I pass it to my mom. She gives me an alley-oop. Holy moly, what an assist by Mom. Here I'm dribbling. I pass it to my mom. She passes it back to me. I shoot it behind my back to bank it in. One more. So here I'm dribbling and I'm gonna pass it behind my back to my mom and she bounce passes it to me and I bounce it in. So yeah, so one thing cool is that you can have timelines, linked timelines in YouTube. So let me click on more. You can see here, put the timeline and it's a link and you can give it a description. So for example, I put tennis here with a tennis racket emoji. And I can just click on the link and you can see me jumping over the net and my mom playing tennis with me right here. So my mom learned tennis at the age of 94. So that's the first time she's ever held a tennis racket, but she picked it up really quick. I mean, the ground was super wet. We probably shouldn't have played. It was super wet. And we played basketball afterwards and then went to her house to play ping pong. She loves ping pong. So she loves ballroom dancing, she loves music, plays the piano. So I got her Piano Vision, the MetaQuest 3. Pretty cool. She loves tennis more than pickleball. She loves pickleball, but she loves tennis more. Yeah, so that's my mom. So let me close this guy. So if you want all your records back, easy pleasy, you can click on reload or you can click on the breaking filter icon. Either way. So yeah. So if you want to, let's say you want to get all how-to records, right? It's so easy to find records, to retrieve records. It's really easy. I can just come up here and get all my how-to records. I'll just put HOW, good enough. Click on this filter icon right here or enter. and it defaults to contains. I get all my how-to records, and I can export it to Excel or PDF. Pretty slick. So you can filter on multiple columns, on multiple fields, and then click on the breaking filter on each one at a time, because you may want to see certain levels of certain groups of records. But if you want for analysis, you're analyzing your records, so you may want to see different groups. But if you want all your records, easy peasy, you can just click on reload. In this case, I was just filtering on one column. And let me show you one more thing. So you can filter on groups of categories, let's say, in this case. So I can, if I want to get all my too funny videos, my wow event videos, and my how-to videos, you can just do that, check them, and then click on filter. Pretty cool. And then either click on this breaking filter since I only, or reload. Oh, one thing to note, what you can do, so there's grid state. Let me click on that. So let's say I filter on, let's say 97, right? My mom's 97. 97 is good enough. I click on that, and if I click on save grid state, and then I move off the page, and I'm doing some other type of analysis. Let's say I'm clicking here to do some type of other analysis here, and voila, I'm doing analysis, vertical. Let's see, I want to see it in a vertical stack bar. Finish with my analysis here, and I go back to the task data grid right here. It's going to remember my filter grid state, because you may want to go off your page to do other stuff and then come back. And in this case, it's going to remember my filter grid state. Pretty cool. And if you want all your records back, just click on reset grid state. And voila. So notice here it says I have 6 attachments. You can see it right away. Oh, I have 6 attachments. You can click here. And then you can add more attachments if you want. You can edit the attachment. You can just click on it. Voila, to see it. You can do Word, Excel, PDF, PowerPoint. So let's go back to the task grid. You can do groupings here, right here. What else did I miss? Oh, I got to show you this guy. So you have flyout menus on every single record. So for example, you can have notes. You can have notes on for any record, you can have notes. But one thing cool about this, let's say I want to add notes to a specific record, it's in graphics mode. So Telerik does this. So Telerik does third-party tools like the grid and this guy here. So what I did, I coded it so you can have embedded videos, YouTube videos. And here's your videos right here, video links, your URL, and again, your attachments. And the editor looks like this, edit notes. So this is how the editor looks like. And you can go to Microsoft Word, do all your editing there, do a copy and paste in here, or you can just use the editing features in here. So let's go back to the task grid. What else is there? Here's my help video button and my help button here. Did I miss any? Those are the basic features here. There's just so much stuff here to go over. Yeah, let's go back home. Oh, one thing I wanted to cover. So right here you see dual axis chart. I can click here. Oh, one thing, did I show you this? Let's go back. I might have missed this. This is good to know. So for example, if you wanted to change your category, let's say I made a mistake, you can just click here. It's a drop down and you can select the correct category. So one thing to note is in this case, yeah, you would want to use a drop down, but you can have combo boxes as well where you can have a combination of text or drop down. But in this case, you wouldn't want it because you want to make sure you're selecting from the categories that's in your category table, your categories. So yeah, you can see drop downs here for your status, your level right here. So again, you can have radio buttons and you can also have combo boxes, which I have in other applications. But let's go back home and let's go to dual axis chart. I want you to see this. One thing I really like about the grid, this is a Telerik component, is that if you filter on the grid here, and you get totals, average, max, count, it's going to be reflected in the graph, which I think is really cool. And the graph is interactive too. So I don't want to go over every single feature here because it would take a long time. There's so many features. Let's go back home. We also have Tableau, right? So Tableau, I did presentations on Tableau JavaScript event listeners. Let me just show you one of these guys, category counts. So this is Tableau public. I don't have any sensitive data here. They're just dummy records. So I have my categories or objects here. I can select my objects or categories in this case. You can see the categories, get my ins and outs, and I can drill down, post event logs. I can post these guys, my event log, my word cloud. I can select my objects, categories. You can get your ins and outs. You can see the selected categories here. You can do stuff like that in Tableau, which I think is really cool. So both Telerik and Tableau, you can interact with your graph. So yeah, you can visualize and analyze your charts and interact with them, which I think is really cool. And reporting services, you can also do dashboards with reporting services. So let me show you that. Let's go here. Let me click on the site here. So over here, this is the login screen. Oh, so right here, it says here. So I'm using .NET MVC C#, which are industry standards. This is in Visual Studios. So MVC. So I had to learn MVC when I worked for UCSF Epidemiology. So they use MVC to develop database web applications. What I like about MVC is that it's very structured, meaning that it prevents you from writing spaghetti code. So for example, if I was to get hit by a truck, God forbid, they can replace me right away because it's just easy to find stuff. It's easy for a developer to just find stuff with MVC. So here I have my database. I'm using Microsoft SQL Server, which is a high-end relational database, industry standards, pretty much used everywhere. Tools I'm using is Tableau, which uses Microsoft SQL Server as their backend database. I'm using Telerik, which does all these really cool components like the grid, SSRS, reporting services, which I'm about to show you, a dashboard using reporting services, and something called SSIS, integrated services. So let me log in here. And let's go over here and look at the dashboard. So one thing I like about reporting services is you can create really complex reports. You can have sub-reports, multiple sub-reports, and put it into a single canvas. And you can have groupings, and you can have dashboards. So this is examples of sub-reports. There's different sub-reports, and I just put it into a single canvas. In reporting services, you can export to various formats, such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, and print it out as well. Pretty cool. This is reporting services, which comes with Visual Studios. So I don't need to see this anymore. Let's go to the demo site. What else is there to talk about? So here I have my resume here. Here I have games I wrote. So I have US Map Brain Game. So I wrote this like 20 years ago when my kids were really little, so they can learn their states and capitals, and it has their voices in the game as well. Pretty cool. Here I wrote this celebrity dice game. So I presented this at the UCSF Technology Convention to show off our user interfaces. So if you were to win in this game, you would get a t-shirt and other prizes as well. So I was sponsored by Telerik. Telerik's a third-party tool that creates all these really cool components like the grid component. So they sponsored me with the t-shirts and prizes. So I thought that was really slick. Anyways, what else do I have here? My videos. So I have another interface with videos. Let me show you that. Let me just click here. So I think how-to videos are really, really important to have. So I learned from YouTube how to cook, how to fix my car. I created a lot of how-to narrative videos so that users can learn how to navigate through interfaces. And then with YouTube, you have linked timelines. You can go to a specific section of a video. So I think that's really slick, and it's really important to have, especially departments. So business rules for departments are going to be unique, right? It's good to have narrative videos. So here I just have fun stuff. So you can look up a video right here. You can just put in partial text and do a search, or you can search by emojis. I have how-to videos here. I have how-to videos. I have basketball. I have volleyball, ping pong, tennis, you name it. Softball, fishing, pickleball, yeah, MetaQuest 3, music. So music, for example, I can just select one of these videos. This is one of my favorite videos here. This is when my kids are really little. So you can just click on it, and when it finishes, it just replays. That's the way I have it. So I play this guy, and you can just... Oh, so let me show you how another timeline looks like a linked timeline. Let me show you that. So I can go to, let me just go to YouTube. And
it all started in 1935 with a loan for $100 and the guy who created the first modern sticker. Since then, we've made some of the most popular supplies for work.
Okay, so I can see it. So again, this is how it looks like. You just give it a description, give it a timeline, and it becomes a link. And just click on it. I can go to, let's say, Christian playing American Idiot. You just Christian and Alicia playing Apologize. I can go to, let's see, parasailing. I did that.
Here's my feet, my shoes.
What else is there? This is kind of fun. Christian and Alicia playing banjo. The different sections. I think that's really cool. What else do I have here? Push it. Yeah. And one more. Click it back. Those wonder years. God, I miss those days. My son, me, when I was much younger. Yeah, you can do that. I think that's really cool that you can have timelines. Linked timelines is so helpful. You can, yeah, so it's, having how-to videos are really helpful because the users just go there whenever they have the time. And when you have videos, you can just go back, forward, go to specific sections, and they can do it on their own time when they have time. So I think that's important to have narrative videos, how-to videos. So yeah, so let's go back home. So yeah, so this system is really easy to use. It's user-friendly. You can pretty much track any type of data. It's easy to install. You can install it as a standalone. You can install it as a workstation, on your server. I have it in the internet. For example, I have it here on https://unalisa.net, and it bypasses the login screen. Yes, pretty much the same. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.